A lot of people say that Caitlin Clark moves the needle. That is wrong. She is the needle. She dictates. We all know what she's done on the floor. It's history, right? But off the floor, my goodness, she and the Indiana Fever accounted for 45% of all the broadcast value of the WNBA last season. She accounted also for helping drive the numbers of merchandising up 500%. Of course, her jersey was #1. And most importantly, I think people look at this and think she said no. That's not the case. She said she wants her first competition to be an Indy at WNBA All-Star, which to me is huge. People don't see the numbers below, like the economic impact. 36 million she drove to Indianapolis just by showing up as a rookie and making history. Caitlin Clark, in her decision, I not only respect it, but I wholeheartedly support it. A lot of people say that Caitlin Clark moves the needle. That is wrong. She is the needle. She dictates. We all know what she's done on the floor. It's history, right? But off the floor, my goodness, she and the Indiana Fever accounted for 45% of all the broadcast value of the WNBA last.
Caitlin Clark has once again turned down the chance to compete in the NBA's three-point contest, sparking major buzz across the basketball community. Fans and analysts alike are debating what this means for her career and the league.
So you played Clark like 39 minutes and then you subbed her in and out a little bit at the end of the game. Any particular reason for that?
Yeah, just working. Just thought I needed a defensive group. We needed to make sure we got stops, and that was what that was about.
And how is she? Is she okay? You said that she wasn't feeling well.
Yeah, I think she didn't feel well throughout the entire game, so she's with our trainer right now.
Oh, really?
What seems like a straightforward decision is actually a bold statement, one that challenges the WNBA's place in the broader basketball landscape.
Yeah, it's definitely different for me. I feel like basketball has really consumed my life for a year, so I feel like it'll be good for me to kind of reflect back on everything that's happened. Like, I feel like I didn't even have time to really reflect on my college career because it ended so fast. And then I came here and was trying to give everything I could to this team and kind of move on and put all that behind me and help this team, get back to the playoffs. So I feel like taking some time to myself and really enjoying that and reflecting back, and it was special. There was a lot of things that this group accomplished that a lot of people probably didn't think was possible. One, to start the season, and two, after the start we had to the season. So yeah, it'll definitely be probably a little weird for me over the course of the first couple weeks, and then I'm sure I'll get bored and pick up a basketball again. So
by turning down the invite, Caitlin Clark didn't just opt out. She effectively led to the event's cancellation, sending a powerful message in the process.
That Caitlin Clark has an understanding of, shout out Steph Curry, the gravity that she possesses. Like, she's a star. And the fact that she's not doing this competition and it's kind of falling apart, I think just indicates how big of a Jenga piece she is in the tower of basketball entertainment. If she's here today, hypothetically at Chase Center, there's going to be a lot more eyes on that game or that three-point competition than there'd be otherwise. And it's not just because of Steph. When you pair, I think, the two best basketball entertainers that we have in the men's game and the women's game, it would take it into a completely different stratosphere. And the fact they can't do that might be the reason that Steph doesn't want to run it back. But that had the potential to be the greatest spectacle, I think, in recent NBA All-Star weekends.
The WNBA isn't just a side act to the NBA anymore. It's proving that it can thrive on its own.
Since the Marina Mabry trade, and she has stepped up her game in that opportunity. Caitlin Clark for three, rattles it around for her.
This wasn't just about taking a break. Caitlin Clark understands her influence. As the face of a new era in women's sports, every decision she makes is a calculated step forward.
No Caitlin Clark, no NBA event. The league just canceled it. Steph Curry and the NBA just proved Clark is a mega star.
The NBA's decision to cancel the event without her speaks volumes. Caitlin Clark's influence isn't just confined to the WNBA. It stretches across the entire basketball world.
Here's Clark. Picked up now by Dee Richards as she's into the ball game. Richards on the floor. Clark, the step back three just below the logo.
Clark's choice doesn't just make headlines. It elevates the WNBA All-Star Game in Indianapolis into a must-watch event. She's more than a player. She's a movement reshaping the game. Before we dive in, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss a moment of Caitlin's groundbreaking journey. Now let's break it all down.
He's only shooting 67% from three. Clark on a step back, buries a three.
Think back to the days before Caitlin Clark, or as some fans joke, 7-1 BC, before Caitlin. Back then, WNBA players would leap at any opportunity to step into the NBA spotlight.
Caitlin, what are your thoughts on all the moves so far and the state of this team?
I'm really excited. I think Kelly and Amber have done a really good job of, finding pieces that fit. It makes me excited about the future, obviously, with Steph and her staff coming in here, and my ability to work out with Keith all off-season has been really fun, but it's been fun. I got to work out with DB, and as some off-season leagues and overseas stuff kind of wraps up, a lot of them will start getting back, and I think it'll be a lot of fun to get in the gym and be with my teammates and, just start putting the pieces together and see what works, what doesn't work. But I think we're going to have a lot of different options to do a lot of different things, and I think that's what's super exciting about it all.
It was a rare chance for visibility, but it often felt like a favor. No matter how skilled WNBA players were, they weren't the main event. They were just the opening act.
Participate in the three-point contest?
Yeah, honestly, I think just rest. I've been playing basketball for a year straight. It's not an easy thing to just show up to and shoot off of a rack. It's not something I've ever done before. It's not something I've had a lot of time to practice. I've been focusing on helping my team win games. So I think just, enjoying this break. I think there's going to be plenty of opportunities for me to do that at some point. But at the same time, the field of shooters that we have in the competition are really good. They're all near 40% shooters. So I'm excited for them. I'll be there supporting them, and it'll be fun. But yeah, I think the biggest thing of this for me is just I need a break, and I need to take some time to myself to enjoy what I want to do. And at times that can be tough, being in the position that I'm in, but I think it's going to be healthiest for myself.
Caitlin, how is this commentary and opinions? How important is it to maintain a great mental health routine?
That's the most important thing. I think it's hard as a professional athlete at times. People don't always realize. I feel like an individual just
Fast forward to today, and Caitlin Clark has completely rewritten the narrative. Choosing the WNBA stage over the NBA isn't just bold, it's unprecedented. It's like swapping a once-coveted gold bar for a rare, shining diamond. Caitlin didn't need the NBA to boost her brand. She chose to uplift the WNBA instead. This bold decision sends a clear message about the league's future, and it's all driven by her vision.
Caitlin Clark is in the house with Connor McCaffrey, of course. Now on the staff over at Butler. Caitlin Clark has set the basketball world on fire. We cannot wait to see her in her second season with the Fever.
Just getting buckets, doing what Caitlin does. You were absolutely right. It's been amazing to see just what she's done just all over the world. Her impact just in basketball, not just in the WNBA. We're just lucky.
This isn't just a power move, it's a cultural shift. Caitlin's decision is amplifying the WNBA's voice in the basketball world, no longer relying on the NBA's leftovers. And if the numbers are any proof, her strategy is paying off in a big way.
That tonight.
Here is Clark. She will launch and bury.
The NBA's three-point contest wasn't scrapped because of logistics. It was a statement. Without Caitlin, there was no show. She's not just another WNBA star, she's basketball royalty. Think about this. Sports Pro ranked her the fourth most marketable athlete in the world, ahead of legends like Messi and Ronaldo. Let that sink in. Her ability to attract casual fans, especially those who might not have tuned into the WNBA before, is unmatched.
Francisco. As we know, last year it was Steph Curry and Sabrina Ionescu who went against each other, and it was a high-rated contest. Everybody loved it. Social media was trending about it, and it did really well. So the NBA was trying to recreate that magic, and who else to recreate that magic with than Caitlin Clark herself? Well, Caitlin said, "Thanks, but no thanks." Now, we spoke about this, Alicia and I, in our production meeting yesterday rather. I'm losing the track of the days. We keep talking about how long the month of January is, but we keep talking also about Caitlin Clark and how she's been turning things down. And as you can imagine, she probably wants to rest.
This magnetic pull has powerhouse brands like Nike, Gatorade, and State Farm lining up for partnerships. But Caitlin isn't just in demand. She's in control. She's built her brand on excellence, refusing to sell out for quick cash grabs. By keeping her focus on the WNBA, Caitlin is boosting the league's visibility like never before. Every move she makes strengthens her growing empire, one that's rapidly becoming the face of women's sports.
How do you consider Clark reportedly saying no to the three, and how should the league feel about that?
Yeah, I don't like it when the stars do not do these competitions. I didn't like not seeing Aaron Judge and Otani. I don't like seeing the LeBrons and the Zions in the dunk contest. But especially right now for Caitlin Clark, this is a missed opportunity. And as much for Caitlin Clark as it is for all those people who spent all that time talking about how could Team USA not have her on the team, because how do you grow the game without Caitlin Clark? This is another opportunity. What are they going to say now? Because Caitlin Clark has opted out of an opportunity that will grow the game. We saw when UNESCO broke the record for the three-point competition, she grew the game and it became a mainstream moment. And so Caitlin Clark is opting out of that. Don't tell me she's tired because you wanted her on Team USA. Don't tell me she doesn't want attention, because if she was on Team USA, she'd be getting a lot of attention. There's really no excuse for her not to go out there and shoot a few threes for the betterment of the game that everybody says is so desperate for her to make grow.
Caitlin's message is loud and clear. The WNBA isn't just relevant, it's essential. And for anyone still questioning her impact, and how did the NBA respond? They canceled the entire event. No Caitlin, no contest. Their official reason? They couldn't outdo last year's performance. But let's be honest, that's just another way of saying, our biggest draw isn't showing up. Clark's impact is undeniable. This moment proved that the WNBA's momentum no longer hinges on the NBA's validation. But this wasn't just about rest or branding. It was a statement. Caitlin Clark just made it clear. The WNBA isn't waiting for permission to shine. Now, every fan, every skeptic, and every player sees the shift happening. The balance of power has changed, and Caitlin is the one setting the terms.
Yeah, you know, your announcement for Athlete of the Year, like tremendous, incredible positive feedback. That's what we've seen across the board. There's always going to be some negativity, and I feel like you have had to answer more questions than anybody about the intersectionality of race and gender and sexuality in sport, because of just who you are and you represent the growth of this thing. And even today, earlier today, Megyn Kelly, she was saying that you were apologizing for your white privilege and the fact that you wanted to uplift Black female athletes and make sure that they were getting the shine, kind of like your pioneers were getting the shine that they deserved. And I just want to know how you feel or how you respond to some of those criticisms.
Caitlin's ability to create buzz extends far beyond the basketball court. In 2024, she was ranked the 4th most marketable athlete in the world. Yes, ahead of legends, like Messi and Ronaldo. Even if you question the ranking, her influence is undeniable. She captivates both die-hard basketball fans and casual viewers alike, a rare feat that only a handful of athletes, male or female, can achieve. Sponsorship deals are pouring in. From Nike to Gatorade to Buick, Caitlin's endorsement portfolio is stacked with top-tier brands. Yet, she's not just signing every contract that comes her way. She's turning down more deals than she's accepting, ensuring her brand stays authentic and powerful. That level of control is something only the most elite athletes possess. And this brings us back to her NBA decision. Caitlin knows her worth and refuses to be anyone's promotional pawn. By channeling her star power into the WNBA, she's not just making headlines, she's rewriting the rules of what women's basketball can achieve.
Here's Clark back to Boston. Back inside. Oh, good ball movement. And it's Boston.
Smith open on the perimeter, and she catches in.
Game, the defender right there.
There's Clark working around Fletcher.
Caitlin's snub of the NBA All-Star event wasn't a one-time fluke. It was part of a bigger pattern. She's turned down major opportunities before, always with one goal in mind: elevating the WNBA. One of her most surprising refusals came when she walked away from a massive offer from Unrivaled, a women's basketball league known for its higher salaries. They wanted her badly, so badly that they even offered her equity in the league. But Caitlin didn't budge. Why? Because Unrivaled didn't have the history, prestige, or legacy of the WNBA. Winning a title there wouldn't define her career. It would be a footnote. Caitlin is playing the long game. She's chasing championships and records that will be remembered for generations. And in doing so, she sent a powerful message to every league out there. Caitlin Clark isn't just a star, she's a movement. If you want her in your game, you better be playing at her level.
Do you think you ever could theoretically one day at one All-Star game theoretically compete in the three-point contest?
I mean, if it's in Indianapolis, I would definitely consider, I think, so we'll see.
Caitlin's unwavering focus is what sets her apart. She's never been one for gimmicks or distractions. Could you really picture her risking injury for a 3-on-3 exhibition that no one will remember in a year? No chance. Every decision she makes is intentional, always with her WNBA legacy in mind. While some athletes build their brand through off-court fame and personality, Caitlin's dominance speaks for itself. She doesn't chase the spotlight. The spotlight follows her. And that's what makes her truly unstoppable.